of course, you know about Jeffrey Epstein.
Yes.
Um, and recently, I don't know how to pronounce her name, but I think it's like Ghislaine.
Something like that. Her name
Ghislaine.
popped up on Twitter a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how to.
Yeah, Ghislaine
Yeah.
something
See, I don't.
Maxwell.
Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah.
Who's like his girl, his sidekick. Um, and she just got arrested. And I asked you before the podcast, I was like, so when is she gonna quote unquote commit suicide?
Mm.
And you were like, yeah, she definitely is. And then the next question I asked you is like, how much do you like actually believe about all this? Like, how do you think that there's like an international pedophilia sex ring
Yes.
that's like encompassing or like compromising like the most powerful people on the planet?
Yeah. So let me explain why. This is the reason why I believe it. Now, it's probably outlandish when you first think about it.
Outlandish.
Outlandish?
Mm-hmm.
It's probably
Sorry,
outlandish.
I'm asshole-ish for saying that, but go ahead.
No, you're correcting me. It's all good. It's probably outlandish to even consider. It's like, oh, all these powerful people have a pedophilia ring / sex trafficking ring. But here's the thing. When Black Lives Matter was hot on Twitter, I'm not saying it's not still a thing, but when it was like the number one trending thing on Twitter after the George Floyd death and others that followed, there was a group called Anonymous. Now, first, everyone thought Anonymous was kind of just like this secret group that like don't really speak up about a lot of things, and like they might be a hoax, whatever it is. They literally not only took down the Minneapolis website, they interfered with the police radio. They released like top secret documents that revealed that Trump signed an agreement with Epstein to have in a way like a sex trafficking ring with a girl.
Mm.
And it was proven that like Trump raped this woman, Epstein raped this woman as well. And so you're looking at this, you're like, huh? Like, whoa, you weren't really considering it. And like, it got talked about for a few days and then it just kind of got, no one really talked about it anymore because other things were happening.
So the allegation is that Trump raped somebody?
Trump raped somebody and he agreed in a document with Epstein to have this agreement. Like, we're going to have this like.
So you're saying basically like Trump was on one of Epstein's planes. They flew out to his island. Epstein or whoever there got Trump in a compromised situation with an underage girl. Since she's underage, it's considered rape, right? Because she can't consent. And then he's kind of holding this over him, and he came up to some agreement with Epstein, like, hey.
I don't 100% know if he flew out onto an island and then that's what happened. I just know that there is a secret document that got revealed that showed that Trump and Epstein were in an agreement to have this kind of sex trafficking ring. So ever since then, and I mean, ever since I was even a preteen, like in middle school in the summer, I would always look up Illuminati things. And it seems like real, like, what are you doing? What are you doing with your life? But like, it was really interesting because you have to really consider like not everything they tell us is the truth. The media portrays the things that they want you to see. So I was like, okay, if they're showing us all this information of breaking news and all these other things that are happening to divide us, right? What's happening behind the scenes? What other news are happening? Like, bro, there is so many like scientific breakthroughs that were never talked about because of what's happening in the US with like in a way it's like a racial divide. You know what I'm saying? There's a racial divide. There is Trump always walling out. There is the media portraying Black Lives Matter as a bad protest, things like that. But I 100% believe there is a sex trafficking ring with elites up like in not only US, but like everywhere.
Okay, so then let me ask you this question, right? Because like, this is the part that I don't personally get, right? What's the fascination with like 16-year-old girls?
I don't know.
like
I genuinely don't know.
Yo, like I don't get it because like, yo, I look at like someone in college half the time, like, damn, this chick is annoying. You know what I'm saying? When you start talking to them and stuff, like, and I get it, like, they're not over here having like intellectual, philosophical conversations with them, like, oh, what do you think about the Second Amendment? And you know what I'm
Yeah, yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like, it's not about that. It's kind of like, what do you think about these titties? Like, like, it's a completely different thing. So I kind of get it. But even like, yo, just being like physically, like,
Like
yo,
she's 16.
bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think
Is that
there's
not
ever a
nasty?
time. I see we're using 16, right? And we don't know the exact age, like, of whatever these girls who were there, or you know what I'm saying, on this island. But just in my mind, like, I don't know, like, I just don't, bro. I just don't get hard for like it's,
It's
it's
just
it just
it
yeah.
just feels weird. Like I'm 21. It would be hella weird if I started talking to a 16-year-old girl.
Look, I'll say this. I'll say this, right?
Mhm.
Well, talking, yeah, but that's because talking implies that you actually care about what they're saying, right?
Well,
And
no,
that's
I'm
that.
saying just sexually talking to them. You don't have to
Oh,
necessarily
okay,
care for them.
smashing,
Yeah,
smashing,
like
like
smashing, like
having
that's
sex, hooking
weird.
up
Yeah,
with.
that'd be
Okay, you're
weird.
not really talking. There's not
Yeah.
much talking that's actually
Well, you have
happening.
to talk.
It doesn't
You
sound
have
like
to
there's much
talk.
talking.
But regardless, like I just never really understood that. But
See, look, if they were like 20 to 25-year-old like supermodels or something like that, I get it.
that's
You know what I'm
fair.
saying? Like,
They'll
because if you're
probably
if you're 60, yo, 22-year-old like woman, bad. She's still bad. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? But like 16, like, what the fuck? Like,
It's very, very creepy.